Nigerian bond market witnessed a relatively bearish note this week, despite some selling activities on the 2026 and 2024 maturities. And I have Chuka Nwachukwu, the head of fixed income trading at UBA. He joins me now for a midweek wrap-up for the markets. Thanks for your time today, Chuka. And let's first find out what's driving sentiment in the market today.
Okay, thank you, Ken. The sentiment has been, been driven by bearish sentiment, illiquidity in the system. So we've seen people trying to sell down their positions. That's why we have a lot of bearish sentiment, like I said earlier. And so people are trying to create liquidity. On Friday, FAC came in, over 800 billion came into the system, and of course the system was already short, and then the system absorbed it. Monday, Tuesday, today, still the same illiquidity issue. We saw rates move as high as 14–15% on the interbank market, and this obviously will continue as long as the liquidity issue
but Chuka, but it's a new month. Any respite for that liquidity situation looking down the line? Are we expecting some major maturities coming?
Unfortunately, this month we have a little coupon payment, about 65 billion coupon payment, and that will do nothing to the system liquidity. Aside from maybe FAC, which is obviously towards the end of the month, I don't see any liquidity coming into the system, and so that's obviously will be a cause of worry for many traders.
All right, but let's look at the yield curve and where are we seeing more activity play out there?
Okay, the yield curve, on the bond side has actually has inched up slightly. We've seen between a 50 to 60 basis point movement in yield. For example, the 2025, which was on auction the last time, came out at 11%, is currently trading around 11.65. 32, which came out at 13, is trading slightly about 13 basis points. 30 basis points from where it came out, and then the 2042, which was 13.75, is currently trading above 13.8, 13.9. So we see slight movement in yield, but obviously the appetite is not there, since the market is is also looking at looking at the other aspect of trading, which has to do with liquidity, because you can't be trading and you're not sure of settlement. So it's kind of a bit of a worry, and then so people are not taking advantage of the liquidity, of the movement in yield.
Yeah, but what are your expectations for the bond auction this month then?
So the bond auction hopefully should come up on the 15th, thereabouts of this month. We see upward movement in yield, maybe for the shorter end, maybe about 10 to 15 basis point movements, from the last auction result, just to align with what is currently trading in the secondary market. So I see upward movement in yield on the bond side. For the T-bills, for example, we've seen little appetite on the T-bill side. We've seen the only interest is just the special bill.
Why is
where
that?
We see the special bill, the CBN special bill. So we've seen a bit of interest there, and that's where we've seen rates move as high as sub-13 levels.
Yeah, but why are we seeing so much interest in that space then?
I guess it's it's investors' appetite. People, because if you look at the special bill, the rate at the special bill, and compare it to that of NTB, there's huge disparity between them. Especially, NTB is trading around 7 levels, and this other one is trading around 13 levels. So obviously, more interest will be on the special bill.
So let's go into the currencies, and I'm interested to know what your outlook is. We're seeing more or less different strokes play out for the parallel market and what we're seeing play out in the NAFEX and the INE windows. What's playing out there?
Yeah, surprisingly, the last time I was here, the rate at the FX market was really high. But between last week and this week, we've seen a substantial appreciation from the naira. The IE, for example, is presently trading at 428 as against 430, 431 some days back. And I also on the para market, I understand that is dropped from 700 levels to 680 something levels. So obviously that's an improvement from what it was last time. And I believe that with the strategy that CBN has put in place, obviously I know they did some one or two things, and then of course the pronouncement by the CBN governor giving confidence to the system, this rate appreciation will continue.
Yeah, it's good to see that confidence coming back to the market in that area. But do you think the reserves will hold up?
The reserve is also another source of concern, but you know, the issue with the reserve is the fact that we are not saving enough. Yeah, oil prices are high, but again, you know, one we expect that with the high oil price, you know, you expect that the country will benefit from it, you know, due to you know, because of the reserve. But then that hasn't happened, and so I believe that the fiscal policy makers should are obviously looking at it, and then they should be able to come up with a strategy where we should be able to benefit with the reserve, but we benefit from the high oil price. But then for now, we're not saving enough, and then the reserve is being affected, and that's also a bit of concern.